Presenting the CW Crew.
Hey everybody, John Foss, Alexis Score, CW Twin Cities. We're talking with entrepreneur, rapper, filmmaker, but you probably know this guy from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Troy Hudson. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what's going on in your life right now?
Pretty much a lot. Just getting back into the basketball community over the last couple of years, doing a lot of training, a lot of coaching, and raising kids.
Awesome. Well, take us back, your basketball career. How did basketball become your thing?
Well, since I can remember, I played basketball. They said whenever, as a kid, when I saw a pregnant woman, I would run up to anybody that's pregnant, I would run up to their stomach and yell ball. So I guess.
Hopefully there's pregnant people and not like.
Yeah, exactly. So that, I mean, it's just.
Meanwhile, it's the Hall of Doom.
What up with it, baby? Locker room, live and direct, baby. We at it again. It don't stop. It's game night, so I'm in rep mode, world. We got who? We got Illinois tonight. So if you watching, share the score. Let me know what's good. Keep us posted. I got my man Worldwide in the building, as always, locked and loaded. We're going to get busy. How you feeling this week, Worldwide?
It's great, baby.
It's a great one, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got Seth Smith, my G, my little bro, holding it down. And we got special guest tonight, Troy Hudson, NBA, Minnesota Timberwolves, a couple other teams. Lucky enough to play against him in the CBA. Great man, doing great works now, still coaching, still in the community, still being a blessing. We're going to bring Troy in shortly. But Red, what's up with you, Red?
Man, I just want to say what's up to everybody. And I'm just blessed that I'm able to sit here with my boy B-Mac, my boy Ray Jack, and then T-Roy. Y'all, just to give y'all a little background on Troy. Troy and myself have been together since about first grade. We played bitty basketball about 7, 8 years old together. We was on the first Little League basketball team together, which we did win a championship too. I will put that out there. But Troy is a year younger than me, and Troy has been one of my family members, teammates, best friends, like I said, for about 40 years now. But I've watched him come up as a boy. I watched him grow up into a man. We as a community, as a big brother, we are as proud as we can be for and with Troy. Troy has overcome obstacles that not a lot of people could overcome. Troy is one of the most intelligent people, soft-spoken, humble people as well. But what I'll tell you about Troy, first and foremost, I know, he's got Missouri Valley records. He's got NBA records. He's currently the chaplain for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But the most impressive and the biggest and best thing about Troy Hudson is Troy is, and will always be a man of God. And Troy, in my darkest times, darkest days as a kid, and even as a man, me and Troy have fellowshipped and talked, and we talked about the word, and we talk about songs. When we was killing people for 20 and 30 points apiece in high school, we were still singing BB and CC Winans on the bus on the way back to the school. So, everybody don't have to listen to Pac or NWA or killers or murderers on their way to the games and the competitions. You can still be a God-fearing soldier for God and still do good things and put in good work, and yet still be a man of faith and a man of God. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to an NBA great. He led the Minnesota Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. He had the best chance and came at and went at Shaq and Kobe more than anybody in their dynasty when they were on top of the world. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my brother, my friend, my teammate, the one and only Troy Hudson.
Troy, what up, baby?
Much love and respect for that, man. Yeah, man, I'm honored to be on here. When Steph told me, I had the opportunity to come on the show, a real solid show that we're gonna talk about real stuff, real life experiences, and talk about God. It's a lot of places, man, you can't really be yourself. Right. And I'm just glad I got the opportunity to be on this show, man, because I already know it's solid if it comes from Steph.
Hey man, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on, my G. Thank you very much. And let me tell you this, Seth, on behalf of Bobby Mack and myself in the locker room, you one of them additions that we like in life, Seth. You understand? Ever since you become a part of this show, we've continued to go to the next level with our guests and everything else, bruh. So, Reg, you my little brother, but I love you. And we just, on behalf of both of us, we commend you, my G.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But that just got to do with what we prayed for when we started the show.
Yeah.
We knew it wasn't just us. And when you need that help, you say, Mac, just keep praying at night, up. Man. You know what I mean? And then, God will send them. Because that's how he works, man.
Right.
And the miracles that we have in our life, man, some people throw them away and some people hold on to them.
Yes.
So it ain't no secret. So we ask for this, we pray for this, and this is what God give us, man, for real.
True enough.
We appreciate that.
And we all have a lot of relationships with a bunch of high-class, great athletes.
Yes.
But for us to be able to have people of ilk and of yoke, like Troy, that is faith-oriented, faith-based, these kids need to understand and know. Myself, Troy, Ray, B-Mac, we were exceptional high school athletes,
right?
And yet we still love the Lord. And I know it ain't cool to say that, and it ain't
cool.
the end thing or the hot thing to do for these kids nowadays. But they need to see somebody like Troy that did have a successful, long career in the NBA, and know that he ain't scared to say he loved God, and he'll tell you about it. So that's what I'm most proud about this gathering, this group of men that we put together.
That's right.
Yeah. So Troy, man, tell the world, Troy, who you are. Go ahead, it's your show, buddy.
Hey, well, right now, I played 11 years in the NBA. Come from a small town, humble beginnings. Had to get it out the mud. Like Seth to let you know, we was from Southern Illinois. When you say from Illinois, everybody always say Chicago.
Yeah.
But they look down on us, so we always had a chip on our shoulder. And when we played those guys in those big cities, by the end of the tournament, they knew who we was because the way we came. But we were always humble, always cool. I remember we played Chicago King in Memphis, Tennessee, and we put it on them so bad they invited us to their room. And we got to their room, we shot dice, and we kicked it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the type of people we was, and both of us was raised in the church.
Right.
And of course, when you're growing up, you're exceptional at what you do. You're always gonna become that prodigal son. Like we always been prodigal. But the thing about it is, we made our way back because we had a foundation.
Right.
And that's what I try to instill in kids today is learning your foundation, building a foundation because we all go astray.
Right.
We all, you may get rich, You may get famous. Then that may come away from you. But what is your foundation? Like, did you build your foundation on sand, or did you build it on stone? You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing that I think where we came from. We had a foundation, and to this day, we're not finished seeing the overall glory of what our days have to bring. Like I tell people all the time, I played in the NBA, but I don't think that's the highlight of my life. Right. You know, I feel like there's more out here, and that's going to be out here, you know, spreading the word, helping people, and putting people in better positions mentally and spiritually to take it to that next level.
Right. So let's talk about your foundation. What is your foundation? Talk to me about your upbringing, home, mom and dad. Who was at home? What made you who you are today?
Well, just like a lot of young brothers, I was raised, you know, by my mom and my grandmother. You know,
shout out Sam B and Sam.
Shout out Sam B. In a household where it was predominantly women, but I did have an uncle, Kim Hudson, who was a pastor.
Right.
And he was the one that put that you know, that mustard seed in it. Yeah. You know, at a young age. Yeah. And it sprouted. It took a while to sprout, but like I said, that foundation, it was rooted in me. So I grew up in a household, you know, I wasn't led astray, although we was on public aid, in the project, public housing. The people that was in my life always had morals and values, which helped me to become a better man. So a lot of these kids don't have that in their household. And I think that's where we come in and fill that gap and stand in to bring that to them.
Yes.
And Ray mentioned it today. He put a post out, lack of leadership, and you can see it in the communities when you got this without this, you know. So, but we can all say what's wrong and what's right in everything that we do. But I think that a lot of us, and I ain't talking on just everybody, but when you get away from the God, you're gonna suffer some consequences in your life. But you're gonna go to him because he gonna make you. So you know, it's you can run, you can take a right, and he said take a left, but you might have to go 5 miles. You're gonna take that left eventually. Yes. You know what I mean, though. So
and like you said, B-Mac, faith without works is dead.
But
you know
but on top of that, but these kids don't understand what faith stands for. Faith stands for forwarding all issues to heaven. They don't know that.
Yeah.
They try to handle it themselves. You can't handle everything. Even if he gave us the shield and the sword, you still can't fight the battle. And the battle really right here. It's not right here. And we don't understand it. They want to shoot and kill and fight in your battle right here because the thought is what gets you.
Yeah.
Exactly. and the most beautiful thing about God is this. Anything that you go through, anything that you're going to go through, he knew it before you were even born. So it's his perfect will. Like he know what you're gonna go through.
Right.
Like anything that happened in your life was his perfect will. But if you had that foundation, guess what? You're gonna be A-okay if you had that faith. Just know. Right. Like I've been through so much in my life, and I just, you know, sometimes I sit back and I don't harp on it. And I don't get down on it because I say, you know what? I went through that so I can help somebody else who go
through that. There it is right there, boy. You said a mouthful. Oh yeah, that's
so let's talk about that, bro. Because
let me go ahead and touch in on that because I firsthand was able to witness the transformation of Troy. Like I said, from a little bitty boy that didn't get all the acclaim and that did come from the worst projects we got down here, and that he got family members that's certified killers and dope dealers. You know what I'm saying? That I know, and they like my family, and they his family, and I know this. This ain't nothing I heard or read about. I watched it. I lived it with him, and I tell you a story real quick. Once when we were in high school, actually I think I went to Michigan. That was when my freshman year after I left with Ray and them, and I came home and. You know, we always got our friends and our family that's in the hood. And me and Troy, we always gravitate to our friends and family, still to the hood, no matter how big we ever have gotten. We always go back to the hood. And Ray been the same way. I know that because Rob was with us in Michigan and Ann Arbor. And that's his homeboy. to give y'all a little bit of background, y'all listeners. But again, we in the hood at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm home from college. Troy is senior in high school, and everybody, they over there shooting dice, drinking, doing what you ain't supposed to do. And everybody hear a bouncing. Everybody hear a bouncing. Everybody hear a bouncing. And you can hear it from far away. And it keep getting closer and closer and closer. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and we in one of the worst parts of our city, in the projects. And you know what that bouncing was? It was Troy working on his crossover and his handles in the dark where ain't no lights at all. Ain't no lights. And Troy over there dribbling, practicing his crossover, practicing his spin move. And at that point, I knew not only was my little brother, the little brother I left going to college as an All-American, now he was going to be an All-American, and he was going to be great because Troy always had that work ethic and always had that determination. And even though he had all the darkness in the world around him, Troy could have sold dope from 10 years old if he wanted to. Man. But instead, he chose a different route. He chose a different lifestyle, and he paid the price. He worked hard. Like he said, he went through trials and tribulations like all of us did. But he had that faith, and he had that support and that belief in God that God was going to lead him the right way. And he always has, man.
So, Troy, check it out, Troy. So, with all that being said, what made you stay at home at Southern Illinois and go to college at home? Speak up. Step into that mic, boy. You know you got that music. We ain't got to that yet. Did we lose it? Hold on.
If you can't hear him, he went to the University of Missouri first. He played for Norm Stewart at University of Missouri before he transferred to SIU.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, they came and recruited me, and they saw me play my whole high school career. And when they got me in Missouri, they wanted me to pass the ball.
Now he being funny, he letting y'all know.
Real.
He telling y'all.
He being real.
I never passed in high school, so I don't know why they recruited me to come to their school if they was thinking I was gonna come there to pass.
Right. Real.
You know, I was a shooting guard stuck in a point guard body, so. Hey, I had to go back home, and I knew, Rich Hand was going to let me get my bucket. So I knew, I tried, though. I tried to pass the ball, but I wasn't no good at it.
Right, real.
So
hey, boy.
I had to go somewhere they going to let me be me.
So how long were you at Missouri? Did you stay a year, 2?
A semester. I played 2 games.
Ooh.
Man.
A semester.
Hey, matter of fact, Ray, we had the tournament up there with y'all. Dan from Florida, Missouri was up there that year. We all our schools was up there. 3 little boys from a little bitty town with 20,000 people. We was all in the biggest tournament in the country at the same time. Man. Ray, you don't remember that tournament in Detroit?
Which one was that? Downtown, Arizona, and everybody was in that one?
No, it was the first year of the grade 8.
Yeah, that was. We played Arizona or somebody in there, didn't we?
Yes.
We played Stoudemire and them.
Yeah, we all 3 of us was there.
Yeah, so
that's why Troy is keeping it real though.
That's real, Troy. Y'all sent me back with that one.
Yeah, he was at Missouri with Norm Stewart, and we're not taking that away from Norm Stewart, great coach. But Troy knew what he wanted to do out the rip, and where we come from, for him to get our high school coach to let him shoot like he got to shoot, that was a feat in itself. Believe me.
But look, hold on, hey, y'all stay with me. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to play a quick video. It ain't going to take but a couple seconds. We're going to come back for the second quarter of the locker room. Because, Troy, we got to talk about all that. Stay with me, Troy. I know you're in the gym grinding, but we'll be right back.
All right.
Hold tight. Second quarter coming right back, family. Locker room.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, we good with that score. Hey, man, we back, man. And I'm so, hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all why I'm leaning back like this, man. Can I tell y'all why?
He like he on the couch right now.
Say, man, Bobby, man, we done put on some classic shows, bro. This is just the beginning,
We've been hitting them from the 3, though.
Couple oops here and there.
Yeah, that's all right.
But we've been coming with Curry, and they sleeping on us still. But I love you, boy, for holding it down.
Hey, man, we're going to do what we got to do.
Say, man, right back to this, Red. Yeah. Hey, Troy, you with me, Troy?
I'm right here.
Hey, let's talk about this. Now, that college career, once you got to Southern Illinois, how was that experience, and how did it feel to set the country on blaze and putting up numbers? Talk about that experience in Southern Illinois.
Well, when I first got there, I had to sit out the first half of the season, but the way the coach set up the schedule, he made sure we played 3 games in the first half of the season, so I can, play for the majority of the season.
Right.
My first few games was a little rocky because I was anxious. I hadn't played in a year. I was a little anxious. I started my first 2 games, shot real bad, just anxious, forcing shot. So I came off the bench. We went to Hawaii. I came off the bench the first game in Hawaii. I ended up with like 18. Second game, I ended up with 37, had 11 threes. So that's when it just turned around for me. Then at that point, I led the nation in 3-point percentage, attempt, and make for 2 years straight. So I was just a gunner, man.
Hey, you got to be specific. When you start talking numbers, man, you got to say, I dropped 37 on blam, blam, blam on North Carolina. Tell the world who you dropped buckets on.
Hey, I dropped 30. It was University of Alabama, Birmingham.
See, that's what I like to hear. Talk who we gave them buckets to. Because, hey, we got to take it to a quick story. I'll never forget when we first really started kicking and I met you. We were in Grand Rapids. I was in the CBA. You were in Sioux Falls. One of my brothers, Albert Burdett Dooney, was playing on your team. I came to the hotel. We cut up like we do. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I remember you sitting back and writing. You were writing in that pad, bro. I say, man, that dude writing like, I say, man, what you doing? He say, man, I rap. I make music. I do music. I said, all right, man. And you stayed true to that, man. And I never forgot that because at the time, you wasn't even starting on the CBA team at that time. You had just got there. But when you got in and got your chance, you lit it up. And I'm like, man, this young dude gonna eat eventually. Yeah. And it ended up panning out for you, bro. And I'm just proud of you. And I never forget that day because you always sat back anytime we was kicking it. And you was in that notebook, bro. You was faithful to that book, boy.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Music, man, that was something that, could take my mind off a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you just putting your thoughts on paper. So especially in that CDA, like a lot of people don't know about that grind.
It's real.
Hey, they don't know about that grind. And like you said, I wasn't starting and I wasn't playing a lot of minutes, initially, because we had a bad boy that was starting at the point guard, Randy Livingston. He was a bad boy.
Yes.
So I understood that I had to pay my dues. So that just kept my mind straight because when you're a hooper, you want to play.
All
and if
the
you
time.
ain't playing, and if you ain't playing and you don't have nothing to occupy your mind, then you get attitudes and you get frustrated. So music has always been that for me, and writing and poetry has been that that escape from the court. It just gives me something to keep me calm and relaxed. You know what I'm saying? So I still do that to this day, man. I still write. I still produce. I do holy hip hop now, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the same. But I'm just trying to, give a good message out there to the kids.
Yes. And tell me, what did that stem from, bro? When did you start writing? When did you fall in love with poetry and music and writing?
I think it was in school. I think we all got certain talents, man. I wasn't the greatest at math. I wasn't the weakest, but I wasn't the greatest. I wasn't the greatest at other things, but always like English and writing and poetry is something that I always gravitated to, and it was easy for me to comprehend. And that's the reason why I love reading the word of God to this day, because it ain't nothing but a book of poetry. So, God gives you certain skills that, just it come from Him. and just the ability to interpret and write is just something that comes so easy, and just love doing it.
Well, I got a big reader right here. Go ahead, B. Holly. You know, you one of them readers. Talk to him about that word and reading. And you a daily reader.
I mean, well, you know.
He a writer and you a reader.
Well, I mean, number one, people need to understand what the Bible stands for. A lot of people don't know what it means. And, you know, I can ask a lot of them, but a lot of them still don't know. And it's that my thing is this: you need to know what you're reading. You need to know what it stands for. Don't just open the book. Know the meaning of the book. We can all say Bible, but it's basic instructions before leaving Earth. You need to know that. You open the book up and the word is right there, but what are you reading in the word? It's basic. I mean, if he really broke it all down, the book would be this big, right? I mean, but we gotta understand the interpretive part of it, and it used to intrigue me when the preacher said, I didn't never wait till Sunday to hear the word. I had to hear it daily.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So when I would read my yeah, you know what I mean? Because he said, seek me first. So that means that I need to go after him, and then, you know, everything will be added unto me. So you can't get mad at our favor. You can't get mad because I saw when I was seeking him, he made sure I was first, because I made him sure he was first. So when you get blessings in life, you can't get mad at me, man. I'm going after something. Just because you sitting back on it don't mean that I'm gonna sit back on it, but you can learn from it. You know what I'm saying, though? I mean, I could go all night. You know,
all day long. If people understand, it's the relationship, and it's the relationship with God. And to put it in layman's terms, if I never communicate with a person, how do I expect to understand that person?
Right.
Exactly, brother.
Right.
It's the same thing with God. If you ain't talking to him daily, do he know your voice? Do he know his voice?
See what I'm saying?
That's the big one.
That's the big one right there.
His voice.
Right.
Because most people don't even understand prayer is a time for you to hear God's voice and his word and his direction. Yes. They too busy talking the whole time. I want to give me this. Right. They ain't heard nothing, homie. You know how it goes. I be tripping. You know, I'm still kind of half crazy. Y'all praying for me right now, but I was rooted and booted.
We all have crazy. We don't die crazy.
Hey, but check this out. Let me ask this question, because you the first guy that I've had on the show that was other than Albert Burdett, but he didn't actually get the light in the NBA like myself. We didn't get to make that transition from the CBA to the NBA like we wanted to. How did the CBA, which is now the G League, how did that prepare you for the NBA, my man?
Man, it was, it was the best thing to happen for me. And of course, when you're there, you don't think that.
Right.
But when you get into that league, like, you are so humble, and you're so appreciative of the opportunity to play in the league because of where you came from. Like, you know, the 10-hour bus trip, the staying in motel, the $25 per diem. Yeah. Like, when you get to that league, you are way more mature than some veterans.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had my head on my shoulders more than some veterans that didn't have to go through the waters that I went through. So I always appreciate the fact of where I came from. And the good thing about me, I played for a great coach in Mo in Sioux Falls. Yes. And he always prepared me. Because even when I wasn't playing, he was telling me, you're going to make it to the NBA, but you got to listen to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in those type of leagues, you get genuine coaches that's not blowing smoke up your butt because they actually trying to get to that next level too. So blowing smoke up your butt ain't gonna do that for them. Right. So, you know, I was just fortunate, man. God always put me in a position, in a situation to always learn. Because I know for a fact, if I'd have went straight to the NBA, I don't know. Right. I just really don't. I don't know if I would have appreciated as much as I did by having to work for it.
Right, bro.
It's all about that setback.
That setback?
Yeah, we need it. Everybody need that setback. Even if they think they don't need it, they do. You really need it because the maturity come in that stage. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel that. I look at it and I said, Bobby Mack, the way your mindset was when you was young playing football, man, you'd had kids all over this dang city, man. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because of the mindset, you know what I'm saying? So it was good to just sit back and it's good.
That's
Come
why
on.
we linked up. Me and you both.
Let's be real, man.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Troy, and the maturity showed in your game when you got the opportunity. Because not only did you go on teams with heavy hitters, you were a key contributor and a heavy hitter as well on those teams. You were a key piece to that team. And I know some of those vets really relished that moment to have a guy like you come in that was seasoned already, bruh. Talk about that experience and some of the guys you played against on that professional level, played with and against.
Man, I mean, those are some of my best days. And, you know, I think a lot of those guys really appreciated me because I was hungry.
Yeah.
You know, and when you coming from that CBA, like I tell people, man, we had some dogs in the CBA. Like, you had to come every night.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So that prepared me for the NBA because you got dogs in the NBA too. So when I got there, first one to practice, last to leave.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that again. Hey, hold on. We normally throw a red flag, you know, in the locker room, so we make people repeat what they said, so people get this. Because I talk to them all the time. I'm throwing the red flag on them. When did you get to the arena, practice facility?
First one to the arena, last one to leave.
Hey, Ray, and let me interject.
Man.
Go ahead, Red.
Hey, I'm going to interject on this right here because, you know, this is something we did since we were young.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, Troy, in high school, what was you at the gym?
You say what?
Hey, in high school, what were you in the gym? First one there, last one to leave. So he didn't get to the league and start doing this. For all you youngsters out there, this is the mentality in 7th, 8th, 9th grade. Hey, I got to be up there. I'll give you a quick story about Troy in high school in practice. Troy shot the basketball and the muscle memory was so good. Y'all both know playing basketball, you got the minute drill where you got somebody shooting, somebody rebounding, somebody passing. Me and Ray did it a million times at Michigan. Well, Troy, when he the shooter for the whole minute, you know, when you shooting, you usually gonna miss. You might make 3 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 if you're doing good. Well, Troy had mastered right-handed, not missing a shot for the whole minute so good. So when we were in high school, he practiced so much. 3-point shots with his left hand, he would hit 10 out of 10 for the whole minute.
That's real.
So this is a work ethic that he got at an early age, and it didn't stop. He took it to the NBA, to the CBA, to the NBA, and that's why he excelled and went to another level past your ordinary player. Because look at him, Troy the same height as me. Troy 6 foot, 6'1" on, you know, standing on bricks. And Troy ain't gonna dunk on nobody, even though I played with him when he could.
He was trying to win the game of life, though. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like a lot of
the game of life.
He was winning the
game of life.
He was trying
staying
to win
faithful,
the game of life.
Staying humble, and working hard, man.
Yes. So talk about work ethic, though, B, because you talk about that all the time.
Well, I mean, but we gotta all understand, Red, that consistency is the key. You got to be there to be who you want to be. But you got to show up every day to be. You got to show up every day, man. The ball got to be in your hand. The ball in his hand. So you got to understand, man. Consistency. There ain't no excuses, bro. Come on, man. Oh man, my foot hurt. Man, you can still shoot the ball all day. So I mean, but a lot of these young kids today is some of them can have excuses, and that'll kill them. So we need people who gonna shoot at all times in any weather. You gotta be able to ball at any time, man.
Anytime.
Anytime, bro. Everybody ain't got a gym.
But you gotta want it. You gotta want it when nobody else is making you do it.
Consistency.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you gotta have that mindset as a youngster. Like, if this is what I'm after, I'm gonna do it rain, sleet, or snow.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's persistence.
Yes.
And you got a Mac fact today?
I might got one.
You might got one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Might
Say, hey, just stay, Troy, stay right there real quick. I want you to hear this Mac fact. We got a Mac fact real quick, and then I'm gonna ask you about the kids and some websites where the people can reach out to you for the training. And I got some guys, one of my good friends that's a hip hop artist, a gospel hip hop artist that I think you really need to hook up with, man. I mean, he cold. They got albums out already, everything, but I just think they need to get in up there, and you need to come down here some kind of way. God telling me y'all need to link though. But we going to this halftime real quick. We got this Mac fact, cause this boy been wanting to slam dunk this, man, for a couple weeks. So I'm gonna throw this off the glass.
Yeah.
Coming right back. We got quick break, y'all. Locker room, Mac facts. We ain't did it in a minute. We'll be right back, y'all. Third quarter coming up.
How y'all doing out there? This Max back. Pay attention. We're gonna talk about some good topics. We're gonna keep it simple, but we're gonna keep it real. Stay tuned. It's coming. I'm coming right at you with these facts. I hope you're ready, baby.
You on?
Mac facts. Commitment is what you need in life. If you ever want to do anything, you gotta have commitment. What is your commitment? You got two types. It's it could be tricky, you know what I mean? But we all need to know what commitment means. And what I mean by commitment, what do you mean by commitment, Mac? What's the fact about that, man? Commitment is doing something when you don't even want to do it. That right there alone separates so many people. They come up with excuses. They don't want to do them. It's too hard. I just don't feel like it. You know, but so what I'm saying is, if you're going to commit to something, it's like committing to your marriage. It's like committing to your spouse. It's like committing to somebody you love. If you ain't ready to commit, don't do it. Don't play with nobody. It goes the same thing with business. If you ain't ready to commit, if you ain't ready to be married to it, don't do it. Because you will fail at it. Failure is a learning stage, but don't commit to nothing. Don't sit up there and commit to somebody and you ain't ready to go through the fire with them. You ain't ready to go through storms and come on, man. When we say marriage, rich, poor, bad or good, first thing come up, you gone. Where your commitment is. The reason why some people can't even commit at their job. And you know what? When you can't commit at your job, you'll never commit at nothing because you just there for a paycheck. So you ain't even in it. See, it's like I used to tell people, and I tell myself, Mac, you got what you want, and now you don't want what you got. You got what you want, but you don't want what you got. You asked for it. Was you committed to it? What was the deal? You asked for that woman. You got her. She crazy. Drive you nuts. Have fights. You committed to her? You're going to see through storms. Commitment in business. In everything that you do in life. You asked for that man. You got him. What they say? Good boys ain't no fun and bad boys ain't no good. It's a lot come with both of those. It's a lot come with that bad boy. Are you committed to it? What is commitment to you? Some people are committed to things that happen over and over in their life. They committed to it. That's so, what are you saying, Bobby? What are you saying, commitment? What do you mean they committed to it? Certain women are committed to men who doing bad. Certain situations, certain people who constantly hurt you, people who leave you in the dark, and you still talk to them. That ain't commitment, man. Did they commit to you? Is it a one-way street? Is it? Where's the commitment at? Where's the love? You had me go through all of this, and you wasn't even committed. But you want me to commit to you, but you can't even commit to yourself. Commitment. Think about it. Now, I ain't asking nobody to get ran over and get dogged and get chunked over here and threw over there and say, oh, I'm going to stay with him. Oh, I'm going to stay with her. No, I'm not saying that. Don't you go there with me. And I'm not going to go there with you. But you just remember the facts of this, man. What's your commitment? Remember, sometimes you got to do things in silence, work, act. So when something go down, you can handle it in silence. Because everybody don't need to know your problems. But can you commit? Can you commit to them? Can you commit to yourself? I ask myself this every day. Mac, are you committed? Or you with it? Can you do it or not? Are you going to be committed to it? What's your commitment? Let me know. My lines is always open. 512 blank blank 64 blank blank 06. I love y'all, man. Mac Facts. Viewers, we appreciate everything y'all doing and watching us. I hope you getting a lot from the Mac Facts, because we're gonna come at it every week with new Mac Facts. We're gonna bring it to you. You're gonna love it. Thank you all for coming in, but I hope you just pay attention to what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to get out here, reach the community, and get these Mac Facts. It's all about you guys. It's not about us. It's bigger than us. Mac Facts coming at you.
Locker room, we back, y'all. Mac Facts. Commitment. Deep. Check it out, though. I need some updates on this Michigan game. I got this legend in here, Troy Hudson in here. I got my little brother, Seth Smith in here, and the one and only Worldwide Beat. Troy, talk to me about your transition as they send me updates on this Michigan stuff. Talk to me about your transition from the NBA to your life work now, bro, and where God is taking you now.
I mean, of course, you know, when you finish playing basketball, something that you've been doing your whole life,
yeah,
you go through a point that's like, what am I supposed to do now?
Right.
Like what's my calling now? Yeah. And I went through probably like 2 years of, you know, just chasing, almost like King Solomon. Everything was better.
Man.
I tried everything under the sun to try to fill that void, right? Of basketball. Not understanding that everything gonna come to an end except God. And once I realized that, I said, you know what? It's time to settle down, find me an Eve, and have me a Cain and Abel. Hey, and a Seth, and you know what I'm saying, and commit to God's work. And you know, once I did that, I asked God to find me a wife, because I knew, and I tell people this all the time, and they laugh at me because I'm always straightforward.
I was in a relationship for 10 years with a girl. And she didn't do nothing wrong. Nice girl, beautiful girl. She didn't do nothing wrong. But it wasn't my bride. And I tell people this all the time, and they like, how do you know that? I said, I was with her 10 years. I didn't wear a condom not one time. And we didn't have no kids.
Same here, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
hey,
then-
similar stories, bro. Damn near.
Man, he's talking right to us, boy.
Go ahead.
And when God gave me my wife, family came right away. Look, it came right away.
Boy, he ain't lying.
So once I just committed to, Lord, you lead the way. I stopped. I stepped out the way, and I was like, you got to do this, because if I do it, I'm gonna mess up.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Every
Hey,
time.
and it's been like that ever since.
So how long after you left the league did you meet your wife, homie?
2012, so 5 years.
Yeah. In the process of doing your work and your calling, you met your wife. How did that work out?
I mean, it worked out great, man. The thing about it is, her dad played in the NFL 12 years for the Vikings. So she had came from the professional world.
Yeah, she
and I didn't
understood.
even know this when I met her. She had came from the professional world. She's from Louisiana. I went to Louisiana to meet her family, and I put this on everything I love. Every one of her family members is just like somebody in my family. and
That's
so-
crazy in itself, Lord Jesus.
right. You
Really?
already know.
That's Louisiana people though. Hey, my wife is from Louisiana, homeboy.
Oh, word?
Word. Go ahead, talk, Red. Go ahead, Red.
Nah, it's just he's
Go
hitting it
ahead.
right on the head.
Go ahead. Go
Preach,
ahead.
man.
Everything was from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no mistake about it. You know, but like y'all was talking about earlier, I asked him for it, and he gave it to me.
So tell me this. Now, the work you're doing now, explain to the people exactly what's going on with you now in your transition. What kind of work are you doing right now?
Well, I'm one of my biggest things I'm doing. I'm the chaplain for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I started going to chapel when I was in the NBA, and it helped me out a lot in times because, like I said before, if you ain't playing, if you a baller, you can get into some down times, man.
Right.
You can get frustrated, you can get low.
37-42.
Go ahead.
Michigan.
Hey, get into it.
Yeah. Y'all ain't too far behind.
He froze
He
up.
It's
Troy, he must have froze up.
14-30.
But see, Troy talking about the chapel, and this one thing, like in them,
Hey.
in them times,
Back one day,
There you go.
There you go.
yeah.
He's still
I
eating.
said, I want to be able to go one day and go back into the locker room and talk to some guys about God and maybe detour them from some of the distractions and roles that I went on. And just, because when I go in there, I take the word, and just like Jesus would speak to fishermen, he spoke to them about fish. You know what I'm saying?
right?
So I go in there, I relate to them, I translate the word, and I relate to the game of basketball.
Right.
And I see their eyes light up because a lot of them have never heard it in that way.
Right.
And I'm able to feed it to them a lot easier. And it just makes me feel good because I know that a lot of people don't understand them and what they're going through.
Right.
They don't understand the family members that fall out with them.
Yeah.
It hurts when you fall out with your family.
Right.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll get
No
the
matter how much
blame.
money you got.
no matter how
Yeah,
much.
it hurts. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And those guys gotta be professional, and then it's a lot to go on in their life that
Behind the scenes.
People don't
All
know.
the time.
So I'm able to go in and talk to them, and they understand like, oh, okay, that's how I should handle that. Oh, I'm going through that too. I actually wrote a book called Blood, Money, and Spirit.
Mm.
And it's basically about my ups and downs with finances, family, and friends.
Right.
And so I wrote it for people in society to understand that athletes go through a lot. Like you give a brother a lot of money, and he the only person from that place with a lot of money. Like
he become the bank. He become the bank.
It's a hard world to live in when you're trying to manage something that you don't know nothing about.
Man.
Right. Mm. We have my young guy Chris Houston up here with that. Chris Houston, one of my little brothers from Austin, NFL, Detroit Lions, Atlanta Falcons. He had some of the same issues and was talking about that too as well. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, me being his family member and one of his best friends, like I said, forever. Yeah. You know, we from the same place, and I didn't have nearly the success he had on the field professionally, but I mean, just to have your phone ring 10, 20 times a day with somebody asking you for something for years, it weighs on you. And then, you know, like, we from the same place. So if he don't give everybody something, then everybody, oh, he don't be looking out for the hood. He don't do this, he don't do that. And it's hard to maintain and keep your wits and keep your head about you under them circumstances, because you just trying to live your life. Life is tough enough no matter how much money you got. And like he said, you're going to be trying to fight financial advisors and people trying to get you to invest in this, invest in that. And it hurts for you to tell them people no. And you've been through it, and you know and understand how tough it is for you to give your uncle $1 million and say, okay, go run a business. Yeah. Well, if he don't know how to run the business, you just donate $1 million to throw out the window. So it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that they have to go through as professional athletes. And Troy has gone through it times 100. I mean, to really, like, without getting into it, he's gone through it times 100. And I applaud him for that. And his leadership and counsel as a chaplain is what's needed. They need more chaplains that look like Troy and from the ilk that Troy is from, so he can help some of those youngsters that got 2-3 girlfriends and a wife, and he can let them know, hey man, you might be stressing because you're doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Not shoving God down their throat, not saying, hey, I'm holier than thou. Saying, hey brother, I done live life too. Yeah. And I know when I was doing that, everything wasn't so swell. Yeah. But once I started doing the right thing, God opened my path up, and he lightened my load, and he took it off of me, and he put me down that path to where now I just got to do what he tell me to do, and it's going to go. The car going to go.
Some of the best preachers come from the best teacher, and that's just what it is.
Say that again.
Some of the best preachers come from the baddest teacher, man. And that's just how it is. I mean, you only as good as, right?
You 1,000% right, Pete. And without elaborating, Troy not gonna tell you this. See, Troy don't cuss, right?
Right.
Troy grandma, not his mama, not his auntie, Troy grandma, to this day, will cuss me, him, and both of y'all out on a dime. If you look her direction, she gonna cuss you out. Hey, one of the fiercest tongues you ever heard in your life, like notorious boy, bro. But Troy is prophetic. Like I said, me and him been talking about scriptures and gospel songs since we was in high school, man, when it wasn't cool to be talking about that. But we was the best 2 players on the team, and we going to church every Sunday. So I know y'all going to party and kicking, and we ain't no better or different than nobody else, but we going to church.
That was a choice.
Yeah. Yes. You gotta have that. But Troy, say this again, because that blueprint is what's needed, and we got to get that out there. Give me the title of the book and where we could possibly find that book at, because I want that book. Go ahead.
It's called Blood, Money, and Spirit, and it's on Amazon, all your electronic bookstores.
Okay, that's what I need to hear.
Online, and all of that. Okay. And if you want a hard copy, I got it for you.
I just want to get mine and read it. I don't care what copy it is, bro. I just need that insight in my Now, when I get the hard copy, it's gonna be autographed, because you know I'm your homie, but I'm a fan of great works too, bro. You know how that go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So tell me this, and I got a question for you. Then I'm gonna let B Mac handle you, and then we're gonna move around.
Right.
Talk about the NBA, because a lot of these kids only see the NBA. They don't understand
1 in 10,000.
the percentages and the faces you see coming through that at the in and out that door, and the opportunity. Talk to these people about the numbers and the percentages of getting to the NBA and how to handle that and the stress of that. Again, I want to touch on that, because what we've been dealing with, and why I'm saying the stresses of it, is we've been touching on the mental health and the mental issues that our minority, black and brown brothers and sisters are dealing with. So I want them to understand that still exists on a higher level. Talk about the stress of getting into the NBA and what you deal with day to day with some of these players.
I mean, it's like we all know the numbers, the 1 in a million, right?
Right.
Yep.
And that's when me and you was coming out, Ray. It was 1 in a million. But now they added the world to it.
Man.
So now you got the whole world.
Right.
So I think that number is 1 in 3 or 4 million now. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Right.
now they get players from all over the world. When me and you was doing it, you know, you had a couple Europeans playing. You know what I'm saying?
10 million, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they open this game up to the whole world. So getting in that thing is tough. But once you do get in there, or even when you're in college, I think the biggest thing for young athletes
Right.
is finding a mentor. A
Man.
guy that's not their friend, you know, a mentor that knows, you know, some doctrine. I mean, I ain't saying you just gotta know the whole Bible stuff, but have some type of sound doctrine that they can speak into you. Because a lot of us, we lose out because we don't understand how to handle certain circumstances.
We surround ourselves by yes men.
Yes, exactly.
And not even that though, too, Troy. The backgrounds that all of us come from, we don't learn how to deal with. We come from a little bitty town with black folks around us, with a few other races. But when we go to college, we around 300,000-400,000 people, and we gotta adapt and figure out how to maneuver. And man, you're not lying. All of us, we all could have and would have benefited from a spiritual mentor that just gave us the right advice.
And that's why what he's talking about is so powerful, because that blueprint could save a lot of lives, brother. Go ahead, continue, Troy.
Yeah, it can definitely save a lot of lives, because you know where we come from survival, and that's our mentality. And if you don't have a mentor, somebody to bounce stuff off of, you're always gonna fight back. Rather than sometimes you fight back, but there's ways to fight back. There's ways to think that's gonna get you further in life than just attacking situations. Because you know where we from, you swing it up, we swing back. You know, you say something else, we say something back. And that's just how we was raised. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
We come from a place where everything is about, we gotta have that edge, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, a lot of guys don't have, like I had a mentor who would tell me about God. And I was cool with that. But I needed a mentor that knew the business of the NBA.
Yes.
That knew the business of basketball and how to maneuver through that stuff. That's why you got a podcast like LeBron James, who he had that. And he's supplying that for a lot of other people as well.
Right.
And I mean, and that's needed out there, especially with the mental health, man. I tell people this all the time. The NFL is what, 85% black?
Yes.
The NBA, same number there. If you come from poverty, if you come from the hood, I feel like all of us have a certain mental illness. You know, mental illness is not just when you think about, because I mentor a kid right now named Royce White. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah, Bill, yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah. So I mentor him, and he's taught me so much about mental illness to the point of like, man, I didn't know that.
Hey, B-Mac, please drop that flag. I know we already did it once, but Ray, throw the flag one more time,
you
man.
get as many on here.
You and Ray talk about it all the time, B-Mac. And for Troy to not even have listened to the podcast or been on here before, and for him to be an NBA star, and him to say, well, y'all preach, he has to say that again so the people really truly understand it about mental illness and how they ain't gonna show the cool cats. They ain't gonna show when everything going right and what's good. They're not gonna show the Royce Whites. Can't get on airplanes. You know, people label him as a bad guy. Man. They're not gonna tell you about Juice WRLD that just died, a 21-year-old cat, because he popping pills and drinking lean, and he don't understand he has a mental illness. Right. He needs help. Right. So Troy, I just wanted to throw the flag and please expound on that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and so I've been knowing Roy since he was in high school. He's from up here in Minneapolis. So he basically stayed with me for 2 years while he was in high school. Awesome. And he had mental illness at that time. At that time, I'm still playing. Yeah. So I'm not really looking up, because where I'm from, mental illness just means you crazy.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's just keep it real. Right. Yeah.
He ain't got it all.
Once he started explaining to me, and he started breaking down all the different mental illnesses, I said, man, I know so many mental ill people. Like,
man. I just had this talk with my sister, bro. I just had this same talk with my sister 2 nights ago.
And we got it. And you know what? As black men, we all got to start getting help for our mental illness. I think that's where a lot of stuff goes wrong, because we don't know how to identify what is a mental illness. Right. Some people just think, man, this is just going on in my life. This is just how I'm feeling. No, you need to get some help on that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong. It ain't nothing wrong with help. Right? No. So I seek guidance from people all the time about situations I go through. When I was younger, I would have been ashamed. But as I'm getting older, I understand if I don't nip it in the bud now, it's going to lead to something bigger.
Hey, man, it's so crazy, bruh, that we having this discussion with you, and you saying, like Red said, the same things we've been preaching from the very beginning about getting a mentor, getting that guidance. You understand? Healing. Because one of the biggest things that we try to do daily, man, is pray for the healing of our people. Because we know we're dealing with some stuff and we've dealt with it. I can see it in my 77-year-old father now. You understand? And I was talking to my sister about the same thing. Some of the environments we were raised in were good because we didn't know no better, but they were unhealthy environments. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of the stigma and a lot of the lives we live, bruh, we need to pray over and get real help with that, man, because it wasn't right. You understand? Exactly. And a lot of us are dealing with mental issues that we can overcome if we reach out and get the proper help, homie. And it starts with God. Exactly. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I want to say one other thing, because I'm an advocate for it, because my wife, she went to one. If you have an opportunity, especially kids that are, you know, in certain neighborhoods that have an opportunity to go to college, HBCU, historical black colleges and universities, because I didn't know much about them growing up, but when I married my wife, she went to Grambling State. And when I married her and I went back and started hanging with her on campus and around some of the alumni and stuff, they look out for you. They make sure they have mental illness people on campus. They understand where you come from. You know, she used to tell me stories that when she didn't go to class, her professor come knock on the door.
Yeah, that's real, PVU. So let me tell you this, because I have the opportunity to speak with and at some HBCUs. The numbers are crazy. The young black male and female come out of the HBCUs more ready for the world than coming out of these predominantly white universities, bro. The studies and the numbers are behind that. You understand what I'm saying? So what you saying ain't no lie. My wife went to HBCU. So that's I ride with that too. But it's hard to tell Troy Hudson to go to HBCU, and he putting up 30 a night, and Nike want him at Illinois, so he want him somewhere else. How you gonna go to Howard like that, boy? Would you go to Howard right now? Would you go to Grambling right now, knowing what you know?
Oh yeah.
All day, huh?
Hey, post that. Hey, and Ray.
We hear you.
I'm with you. Go ahead. You know, I like listening. I'm with you.
I always bring you guys up when I talk to people. I say, imagine if another Fab Five come out and go to Grambling.
Man.
We trying to produce that,
Man.
and that's my next question to you. While you answering this, it's twofold question. How do we persuade the next generation to possibly go to a HBCU and set the world on fire with that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I always say that. What if that happens? Then what happens is now the networks follow.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now the shoe companies follow, because before the Board versus Brown of Education, all blacks had to go to HBCU, and you got Earl the Pearl from an HBCU.
Right.
You got Jerry Rice. You got all those cats went to HBCU.
Right.
Now when they integrated to the school, and a lot of people don't know this, before they allowed all the blacks to come, it was about 3 years before they allowed all the blacks to come. They allowed the athletes first.
Right.
Oh.
Right. The athletes got in the door before the regular
Facts.
students. No doubt.
Facts.
So
Go ahead.
I think, not to go off subject, but I think, a part of developing us is going somewhere where people understand our mental illness.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man.
they
Man.
understand. If you go to, a majority white school, it ain't a bad school. Them ain't bad people.
Right.
They don't understand it.
Exactly.
They're not sympathetic to your plight.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Man, I had this discussion with at school today about some issues at my school today. Like, man, if they not really vested in this community, then how can you expect them to really care about the kids in this community? You understand? If you don't have a face that's familiar in this community, in this building, whoo, that can be detrimental to the kids of the community. We'll never get taught, or we'll never address the real issues that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. We'll always glaze it over and pacify it and set them up for failure, bruh. So being in those situations where you have somebody that is familiar with what you're dealing with and understanding of your situation can change the course of your life. It's like having a mentor on a whole nother level. Go ahead, B.
Well, you can't soar without a mentor, and let's be real. I mean, you need somebody who gonna be there, who already did it,
Right.
or they know something about it. Because you going in blind in a lot of situations. It's like getting married, man. I mean, you going up some steep hills, bro, that you ain't never climbed. You gotta get used to this. You got this stuff gotta grow on you, man.
gotta get an
You
understanding.
ain't going to no marriage like I know it all. I'm finna succeed, and then she have a car wreck, she paralyzed, huh? She get cancer, she gotta wear wigs, huh? Yeah, you ain't ready for none of that. Ain't nobody ready for none of that, man. So it's you can't soar without a mentor. And that's just my way of looking at it, man.
Yeah, shout out Jahari. Jahari, yeah, you were talking about that mental health. That's one of my partners in crime, Jay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. But yeah, Troy, so that blueprint is needed. And we got to figure out a way to get the next Fab Five to a HBCU, bruh.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Prolific.
And we got some good relationships with some ADs and some universities, especially down here in the South, bruh. So I'm going to need you more than you gonna need me, homie.
I'm right here. I'm here for the long haul.
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
and I'm gonna tell y'all, Troy is gonna have to shoot out the his handle for his son's Instagram account, because I'm gonna tell you like this. His son, I'm not just saying this because it's my partner, this my little nephew. His son is, how old is TJ? 8?
7.
7. Hey, the purest golf swing you've ever seen before. I'm not joking.
Man.
Hit a baseball as clean as you can hit a baseball. Shoot a basketball with both hands. Know the dream shake. Got handles better than a grown person. Troy say that he already practicing with the varsity girls basketball. So check out his son's handle, and you got to check out how good he is in every sport. Soccer too.
So if you want to share that.
Hey, and I also wanted him to talk about being an ex-professional athlete, having children, raising them, and coaching them, because sometimes people get too into their kids and their kids don't have that love. His kids have that natural desire and love to play the game, so it's easy for him to coach. They like sponges and they request the knowledge. He give it to them and they suck it up. So Troy, if you can, before we get off, give us a quick synopsis about being a black father, strong professional athlete that's raising some kings and queens.
I think it's very important. The way I kind of, because people always ask me, like, do you force them to do this? Do you force your daughter to do this? And I'm like, no, I don't force them to do it. How do you get them to do this? How do you get them to do that? I think you have to, it's teaching. You know what I'm saying? You give them teaching points at all measures. This is what happens if you do this. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens if you do this. Sometimes, like, he'll be like, I play little games with him. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. If I'm about to go to practice, and he be like, "Where you going?" I'm about to go to practice. I ain't going today. I said, that's fine with me. You ain't gotta go. Another little boy going somewhere though. Another little boy going to practice somewhere.
Yeah, man.
Hey, guess what he do? He run, get his stuff, and he come. Because he understands if I ain't practicing, somebody gets better than me.
I ain't gonna get out work.
Yep.
So I play it like that because I know he don't want nobody better than him. Exactly. So I just say, well, somebody gonna get better than you today.
At least he got that hard.
And he's 7.
Man.
Say share that Instagram so we can get the world behind you.
Yeah, sir. Come on, man.
It's at All American _TJ.
One more time.
At All American _TJ.
Already. So is that a battle? Is that a struggle for you? Because I have to coach my son right now. And for me, it's not really a struggle, but it is because I really want to be a parent right now.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Him, right?
I love coaching, and I love coaching him. But at some point with my own, I kind of want to fall back. But it's kind of hard to trust some of these individuals with my child because I don't think a lot of these guys I deal with, Troy, they still hate me because I played basketball and I don't care about basketball. Yeah. And I feel like they not gonna nurture my son and teach him what I need him to be taught aside from me.
Right.
So how is that battle coaching your son?
Well, right now I'm in the same way as you. I would like to sit back, but
they make you stop.
I would like to sit back and watch, but like you, I can't trust nobody to guide my son the way I know he needs to be guided, unless it's somebody from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if it's somebody I know who done played at certain levels, and I know they know what they're talking about, then I sit back.
That's right. That's what you waiting on.
It's hard. It's hard for me to let them just hand them over. You know what I'm saying?
Man, because it's bigger than the sport, though. But it's bigger than the sport, my G, and that's what I tell them. Like, when I see, and I ain't no perfect dude. I told you I'm work in progress. But when I see dudes that's immorally, like, your morals ain't even right, bro. You just out here collecting a check. I can't give you to my son, bro. I can't give my, you know what I'm saying? Because God got him on something else, bro. Because it ain't just about the sport. Go ahead. And I know you talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dilemma for a player. And my son loves the game. That's the crazy thing. Like, if I wasn't around, he'd be playing basketball.
Anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the dilemma, Brian. And I'm going to need some insight with that too. You got a baby girl. What, you got, a little girl?
I got two daughters. I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Ooh. I got a 6-year-old, boy. You got 3 wives now.
She 10.
I already know.
You're doing 10 right here, though.
Right. Hey, we gonna do a lot more connected.
But like y'all, hey, I'm gonna chime in. Both of y'all got God-fearing queens that can handle raising kings and queens with y'all.
They already got you, Seth, and your pyramid beard. Your beard is a pyramid. Your young queens, your daughters got you looking, feeling good. You look like you can run a kickoff back right now, boy.
Man, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's all I pray for every day with girls, brother.
Tough, boy.
Well, Troy, we're going to end it, man. I thank you for your time. I got your numbers, your info, man. We're going to stay linked in like we supposed to. I love you, bro. I applaud your career on and off the court and the man God has made you, dog, and who you still growing to be. I love you, bro, and prayers and blessings. But before we let our vets get off here, our classic guests, Bobby Mack, I always got a question for y'all. Worldwide B, hit him with it.
One question. How do you want to change the world?
How do I want to change the world?
How do you want to impact? What do you want the world to know about Troy Hudson? How does Troy Hudson want his impact to be planted on the world?
Deep. That's a deep one, though, for everybody, ain't it?
I want my impact to be that I was always trying to do the right thing. Always trying to do the right thing, no matter what circumstances, no matter how it turned out, that the purpose was right.
Man.
And I think if everybody do that and focus on that, then God will take care of everything else.
Man, it don't get no realer than that. Before you go, drop the knowledge on the book. Tell me where that book, the title of the book again.
Blood, Money, and Spirit. You can get it at all your digital outlets, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, pretty much every digital outlet out there. Blood, Money, and Spirit by Troy E. Hudson.
Anywhere they can find you.
Troy also has some performance equipment to help your youngsters with drills. What is it, USPS, Troy? Troy, tell them about that as well.
Yeah, it's UPS Performance, UPSperformance.com. UPS stands for Undrafted Pro. I always wore that on my sleeve as being undrafted, but I was always a pro. So Undrafted Pro is up. UPSperformance.com.
So what you got on there? What is that, Troy? Explain that a little bit.
I got, training aids. I also got, videos on there explaining how to shoot, different drills. Just a whole bunch of knowledge, because you get a lot of these trainers that throw tennis balls at you and make you slide under a car and then dribble around and jump on top and dunk.
Yeah.
The stuff I'm teaching is straight, raw, and it's right. You know what I'm saying? It's straight
right.
Yeah.
And we from the country, we learn from the scratch, fundamentals the right way. All you gotta do is do these jumping drills.
Yeah.
Ain't none of us, we wasn't over 6 feet, and we stand still, flat-footed, and dunk any way you want to get it dunked on you. And that was all of us, where we from.
Troy
Is a purist. Troy knows the fundamentals inside and out. He also trains kids. So if you got a youngster that needs some help with the fundamentals, I mean, you can get onto the website, and he offers that tutelage and consulting as well. So
little brother slash, business manager slash light-skinned dude, can we get Troy on board with some sponsorship with these All-Star games? And I don't even need no bread for him. Tell him I just need.
No, it's a wrap. Once Troy came onto the Locker Room podcast, he know the movement is real. Me, you, him, Ty Law, Dan Cross was on here last week, Troy. Dan was me and Troy's teammate. We got Rod Manuel, Damon Jones. He was also Troy's college teammate. So again, we got a big family that we build here on the Locker Room podcast. And we're going to all start putting all our resources together. We're updating the website. We're getting the platform to where we'll be on all the platforms, iTunes, Spotify, coming real soon, YouTube. So with all of us putting our heads together, we're going to make sure that each and every one of us in life, professionally, spiritually, financially, every way possible. We can reach out to my brother in Austin, Texas. We can reach out to my brother in Minnesota. We can reach out to my brother in Florida, and we're gonna put this all together and make it work so we can help these kids and grow these communities. And Troy, just real on a light note, last week or a couple weeks ago, Ray and B Mac said this, and this is true because this in our hood, this is true.
Right.
You would be better off saying, I went and did a bid and did 2 years. You'd be cooler in the hood than say, I went to the mental institution for a week.
Right.
Because people scared in our communities to talk about mental illness and the ills and the fails of them, and they don't want to hold your hand and walk by you and stay by you. So again, we got to keep pushing that message, keep getting our community strong. Y'all gonna have to keep doing what y'all doing in y'all communities, and we just gonna grow this love and grow this brand and keep it going and keep it moving. We here to support each other. I love y'all. My voice is under the weather, so I apologize for the scratchiness of the voice. But I love all of y'all. Y'all know that. Other than that, it's on you.
Hey, is that my new investment out there, Nipsey? Is that my new investment? Got your throat clogged? Yeah, boy. We about to set the world on fire so many ways, man. God is good. Troy, I love you. We locked in, man. Can I see his face one more time? Can it click to his face? Troy, say something for me one more time, Troy, so I can see your face, homie.
Yeah.
He might have froze up.
No, he just froze up. He'll come right back on.
Well, you know what
All you gotta do is talk. There you go. Troy, just talk. Now you can click it.
Say what up, Troy.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Keep talking. There you go.
Yes.
Hey, we want to see your face again before we got you out here. Let you know we thank you. We love you, bro. Prayers and blessings. And we're going to continue to promote you and what you're doing down here on our end, because we worldwide. I got worldwide with me, so why stop? You know? So we love you and thank you for everything. Love and blessings, homie.
Appreciate it, Troy.
Hey, locker room, man. Holidays coming. Happy holidays. Be safe out here. Don't get out here going broke behind no BS, trying to do some crazy stuff with these trees and all that. Understand the reason for the season is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You understand it? We're going to celebrate God and family. Do y'all understand that? Don't waste your money out here. We got some things y'all can invest in that's going to build up our community. Yeah. Stay tuned. The Locker Room. We love y'all. We'll talk to you shortly, baby, next week.
Holla, peace.
Peace. Love you, bro. Holla at y'all, man. Love y'all.
Be warm. Be warm.
All right. Y'all kiss them babies.
Always. Likewise. Love.
All right, money. All right.
I like that. That's authentic.